We're breaking down 5 dynasty trades that have been made by you, the Endgame community, and we have some pretty shocking moves to analyze. All right, so let's jump right into it. The first of these trade offers is the rookie 1.12 draft pick for Adam Thielen. Chris, you into that move?
Yeah, this was a super flex league, which gives the 1.12 a little more value because obviously a lot of the quarterbacks are going to go, if not all the quarterbacks are going to go in the first round. I think this is a good move for both teams. If the team getting Adam Thielen is in win now mode, which according to the person who made the trade, they won the title last year. They're trying to run it back this year. I think it's a good move. And I think if the team getting the first round pick is in a rebuild, I think this is a good move for both teams because if you're in a rebuild, Adam Thielen's got maybe 2 more years. We know Justin Jefferson's the alpha there. So I definitely think, if you're looking to win now, Adam Thielen, he's at worst a wide receiver 2 with wide receiver 1 upside. And if you're looking to rebuild, getting a pick at the end of the first round for a veteran aging wide receiver like Thielen is a good deal. So I think it's a win-win.
If you need a really solid wide receiver 2 like Thielen, kind of a high-end wide receiver 2, I got no problem giving up a rookie pick. Look, generally, I'm in favor of keeping a proven player over a draft pick, especially this is not a high draft pick. It's, like I said, the very end of the first round pick. Superflex does give it more value, but still, unless you really are in need, of a specific type of player position, I don't think that I would value that pick over a guy like Thielen. So only thing is Thielen has been a little bit on the downslide lately, especially second half of last year, and Jefferson is taking over the top spot there. If you're into Thielen for this particular year, I don't mind. I think it's pretty even. Like you said, it depends on the team context. All right, the next trade we're going to talk about is we have Cam Akers and Jalen Reagor for the 1.8, the 3.9, and tight end Jonnu Smith. Chris, what's your initial take on that?
I mean, my initial take on that is the Akers side is going to win this trade in the long run. I mean, if you're thinking about it right now, let's say Cam Akers was in this year's NFL draft and he was drafted by the Rams. Where did he go in rookie drafts last year? Wasn't he like a top 5 rookie draft pick or a top 6 rookie draft pick? You're getting more than that with Cam Akers, and with Jalen Reagor, you're getting a guy who still potentially could break out, as a young wide receiver. Whereas the 3.9, I mean, that's a dice roll. And while Jonnu Smith is a nice young tight end, he's still not, one of the elite every week tight ends. So I definitely prefer the Akers-Reagor side here.
Unless you're just the ultimate Jonnu Smith truther, there's really not a lot to be excited about on this other side. Look, the 1.8, are you going to say that you're sure you're going to get a player that is going to be as productive as we think Akers is going to be? Or even Reagor, I know it was a down season, but Wentz is gone. He could develop a rapport with Jalen Hurts or whoever their quarterback is for the future. He was hurt for part of the season. So, I mean, there's nothing here that would make me think I would want anything on the other side. Akers, Reagor, easily for me. Here's a deal that you might want to try to wrap your head around. So in a 10-team league, we have Jalen Hurts, 2 fifth-round picks, a first-round pick in 2022, and a 4th-round pick in 2022 for the 1.10, 4.10, a 2nd-round pick next year, and a 3rd-round pick next year. So a lot of draft picks changing places here. Chris, a lot of this just comes down to what you think about Hurts. What's your take?
Well, right now my brain is trying to recover from all this. Okay, so Jalen Hurts, 2 5th-round picks. We can throw out the 5th-round picks. Even in a 10-team league, I mean, it's very rare that a 5th-round rookie pick ever becomes anything. So let's just kind of throw those out to make it simpler. So we got Jalen Hurts, and then you said a 1st and a 4th next year for the 1.1, and then a 3rd-round pick, and then a 2nd and a 4th next year. Oh, the 110, the 3.9, is that what you said, the 3.9?
Yeah, it makes my head hurt too. Look, let's forget the 5th-round picks. You can't take that in consideration when you're trading away these commodities. So we got Jalen Hurts, a 1st-rounder and a 4th-rounder next year for the 110, the 410, and a 2nd and 3rd-rounder next year. So to me, the 2nd and the 3rd for the 1st and the 4th, those almost kind of cancel each other out, don't they?
Yeah, they kind of do. So I think this really comes down to what, like Hurts for the 110, which...
Basically.
Wow, after all that, we're down to Jalen Hurts for the 110. I think... I mean, in a 10-team league, I think I'd probably prefer... The thing is, in a 10-team league, unless it's super flex, it really devalues the quarterback, right? Because, I mean, you're only starting, essentially, you should only be starting a top 10 quarterback, really. And I do think Jalen Hurts is a top 10 quarterback. I mean, I don't know. This is close for me. I probably slightly lean Jalen Hurts just because I'm that high on him, but I wouldn't argue if somebody wanted the picks instead of Jalen Hurts. So this is another one that it sounded like a crazy trade, but I think when you really look into it, it's pretty fair trade.
It's not crazy. To me, though, the only reason you do this, if you have the Hurts side and you're trading away all these picks, and again, you're throwing in those fifth-round picks, is you think you're getting something for nothing. You're trying to, take advantage of Hurts' value right now. I happen to believe in Hurts. Maybe not the super long term, but for right now, I don't think you need to trade him away just for a first-round pick if it's at the end of the first round. So I'd rather keep the Hurts side. All right, let's stick with quarterbacks here. We'll talk about another trade involving a young quarterback. We have Joe Burrow and Zach Moss for Carson Wentz, Antonio Gibson, and 2 second-round picks.
I got to go the Gibson side. I mean, Joe Burrow definitely, I'd much prefer Joe Burrow over Carson Wentz, but I have no interest in Zach Moss in any format. And Antonio Gibson, you're talking about a potential top 15, maybe even a top 10, top 12 running back, and you're getting a couple picks with it. I think I definitely prefer the Gibson side here.
Yeah, look, let's just take Moss out of the equation because that's a non-factor here. Burrow over Wentz, sure, but Wentz could definitely, be serviceable. He's a guy, there might not be that huge of a gap here. I mean, let's not forget Carson Wentz was the number 2 overall pick, going back with Frank Reich. I don't think he'll have the volume of Burrow, but still, there's not a huge difference there. And you're getting a guy, potential top 10 running back with Gibson plus those second-round picks. Yeah, to me, you got to keep that side. All right, and then our last one here. Hard to imagine people are trying to trade away Alvin Kamara, but it's still happening. So here we go. Alvin Kamara for Cam Akers and Curtis Samuel.
Ooh. See, okay. This is probably, I don't know if Akers and Samuel is quite like maxing out trading Alvin Kamara. But if you are worried about Alvin Kamara and you are trying to get rid of him in Dynasty, this seems like an okay trade. I think if we just go purely by value, you give Kamara the edge. I feel like you can get more than Curtis Samuel with Cam Akers. Like I feel like you could get Cam Akers and then maybe like a wide receiver, more of a wide receiver 2 type. But I do think this is a type of deal. If you do have Kamara, this is the type of deal you should be looking for. A young potential stud running back like Akers and a solid wide receiver 2. So I don't necessarily hate trading Kamara for Akers and the wide receiver. I think that's what you should be doing. I just wish it was a different wide receiver than Curtis Samuel. So I'm going to give Kamara the slight edge here, but I don't hate it. I think it's pretty close.
Look, straight up, I don't think I would do this. The only reason to do it is really if you just want to get younger, maybe you're a team that's kind of rebuilding and you like Akers more long-term, which is still a little, sketchy to say that he's for sure going to replace Kamara's value. If you were getting something else more than just Curtis Samuel, maybe even, Robbie Anderson or somebody else, but Samuel just doesn't move the needle enough for me to say, yes, I would do this. It's not a bad trade. I think it's a fair offer, but I'd still take the Kamara side on this one. All right, guys, let us know what you think about these trades. And if you have a trade that you're considering or maybe you already pulled the trigger on, you want us to analyze, let us know. Hit us up with a comment here. And of course, if you like this, then give us a thumbs up and tell everybody else. Support the Endgame community and subscribe. All right, thanks for watching.